big question hanging over the Israeli election, of course, is the ultimate deal. Trump's long-awaited peace plan, which, according to multiple reports, will be presented in early April, after the Israeli election, and it could make or break the efforts to build a government. With me in studio is our senior Middle East correspondent with new information about the status of this peace plan and about what we could learn. Mohammed.
Well, I met today with the U.S. ambassador to Israel, David Friedman. He doesn't give very many interviews.
Not at all.
Not at all. And we caught up with him at a local event where it was a conference to promote businesses between Palestinian businesses as well as Israeli settlement, Jewish settlements in the West Bank. And as we were there, we talked to him about where is the deal of the century, when is it going to happen. He didn't really say a whole lot. However, he did say that cooperation between Palestinians economically will lead eventually to maybe a final resolution politically. He did say that there is low-level and behind-the-scene communication, believe it or not, between Washington and Ramallah, among other things. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
You can write whatever you want on a piece of paper. It doesn't mean people are going to live together in harmony and coexist. So whatever the ultimate parameters are of a peace deal, which I'm not going to talk about today, you still need people sitting down together, investing together, working together. We're not suggesting that you can dilute people's political aspirations by throwing money at them. But the converse is also important.
Mohammed, this was an event to promote investments in Palestinian businesses, the Palestinian livelihoods. I have to ask but did the ambassador have anything to say about the complete lack, officially, of Palestinian participation in the peace plan, that the Palestinian government is so upset, so angered by what the White House is doing that they say we want nothing to do with you? How did he defend that?
And he did have a message to the Palestinian Authority and President Mahmoud Abbas. He did say that, listen, maybe we should start with the smaller issues, the issues that both sides agree on, which is livelihood, the coexistence, and also making money together to better their lives. And he said, let's start with that, and maybe eventually President Abbas and the Palestinian officials can come to some sort of an agreement on the political issues. He said, don't waste your time and don't harp on the word normalization. It's not a bad word. Let's take a listen again.
The Palestinian Authority's view is that absent a political solution, there can be no normalization. Now, normalization is a fancy word. What it really means is that people's lives are going to be stagnated until we agree on very difficult political issues. The issues that are political are complicated. They're hard. Everybody knows they're hard. These are not hard issues.
Mohammed, I know you spent several minutes with the ambassador. I mean, it's certainly a complicated region and a complicated question, the future of the U.S.-Palestinian peace process. What did you get from him when you were talking to him? What sense did you get?
A couple of things here, Jeff. First, he said that if the Palestinian Authority and Palestinian leadership doesn't really step up and start communicating with the U.S., then the U.S. may try to find an alternative leadership or other Palestinians to communicate with. Also, he said that the U.S., when I asked him about a meeting that's going to happen in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt this weekend, I said that the European Union, the Arab League are there, as well as President Mahmoud Abbas, and the U.S. isn't there. He said no one can bring together the Palestinians and Israelis and solve this issue but the United States. So I think he's confident that it's going to happen. He also said that even though everyone is focused on the economic part of it, the so-called deal of the century, he said there will be a political aspect to it also.
All right, we'll have to stay tuned. Excellent job, Mohammed.